And we are getting dangerously close to a finished model here, folks. I mean, this is how fast it is to do this stuff. Now we have some internal parts here, as you know. We have our body, our neck, and our neck bracket are all internal. Let's shift-click, select all of those, and save part in external file. So those are out there so that they're safe. And now we have this thing, and we can adjust it. We can move these things around. And I'd like to connect the head to that. And that is what this bracket is for. So let's go into our Mate tool, and let's grab the inside of this face and the outside of that face. That's going to make those concentric. Hit OK. And then down here, let's grab this face and this face. Now, let's say that I don't actually want for those two faces to touch. Right now, I know I'm probably making you a little bit seasick. Let's go to the back view here. And it's a little hard to see. Let's rotate around. There we go. So now I'd like to have a little bit of a gap here between these two pieces. So what we can do is actually click on this button right here for distance. That's going to allow us to set any arbitrary distance between those two. I'm going to set a 2mm gap between those. And now you see there is a very small gap between them. That looks a little bit big, so I'll do 1. Let's hit OK and OK. Now our head is connected and it will rotate. So we can rotate the head around. Come around to the front, we can rotate the neck up and down. We can rotate that neck bracket to look forward and back. Obviously, we have some problematic snapping going on here where it's just kind of jumping around, but don't worry, we're going to work that out in another video. But first, let's just adjust our model now. We've thrown this out here really fast, but it looks a little squat and short. This is like Baby Robot. I want to make it a little bit bigger. So let's right-click this guy, edit the part. And now we can start we're basically sculpting, you know. We can just kind of move stuff around however we want. I'm going to move this bit, make it a little bit longer. Let's actually, you know what? In this case, it's actually going to be a little bit hard to move it down because I didn't set any constraints in here. So let's go in here and find that original cut extrude. Here it is, in that body. And then let's find, there it is. There's our slot. I'm going to edit that slot sketch. Now we can drag that where we want it, something like so. And actually, I want for this point to be coincident with that one. Let's make those coincident. That way those are always stuck right where they need to be. Hit OK. And now when I click this guy and I drag these things, it's going to behave the way I want. I wanted the back to move, not the front. Perfect. It's a little bit better. And I think let's grab this top face, make it a little bit wider. In fact, let's take the inside of this, make it a little bit wider as well, because I think I want for this whole neck to be wider. Select that neck, we'll edit that part. We're going to make it a little bit wider, something like so. We can exit that. And then we need to make our bracket wider as a result. So we'll click that. Just bring that out some. That's looking nice, but obviously the neck is still too short. Let's edit that one. Click this guy, just drag this on out. Oops. There we go. Get this guy, something like that. That's better. Maybe a little further. Exit that, pull this down. Yeah, that's looking good. That is looking tight. All right. Much better. Much better. Now, you see the idea. You get the basic gist of this. Not a big deal. Now this is all set up, and it's going to be a lot easier for us to go through and add details now. And even if we end up replacing a lot of this geometry, like for example, if we wanted to make a really swoopy, cool space age base for this, we can do that now, knowing that we have the basic dimensions in place. We kind of have an envelope here to work with as a starting point, and that's great. And we have a working assembly where we can see that everything fits together roughly the way that it should, so we can design with confidence, knowing that that everything's going to fit the way that it ought to. All right, let's go to File, Save All, and I think it's time to move on to the next thing.